Title: The Lost City of Gold. Once upon a time, there was a great civilization that existed in a land far away. This civilization was known for their incredible wealth, as they had discovered a massive deposit of gold beneath their city. The people of this civilization were very secretive, and they kept the location of their city hidden from the rest of the world. But as time went on, rumors began to spread about the city of gold. People from all over the world became obsessed with finding this lost city, and many set out on expeditions to try and locate it. Among these adventurers was a young man named Jack. He had always been fascinated by stories of lost treasures and hidden cities, and he had dedicated his life to finding the lost city of gold. Jack spent years traveling the world, talking to experts and gathering information. Finally, he came across a clue that he believed would lead him to the lost city. The clue pointed to a remote jungle in South America, and Jack set out immediately to explore it. The journey was long and treacherous, but Jack was determined to find the city of gold. As he hacked his way through the thick jungle, he began to encounter signs that he was on the right track. He found ancient artifacts, hidden ruins, and finally, he stumbled upon a massive stone archway that seemed to mark the entrance to the lost city. Jack could hardly contain his excitement as he stepped through the archway and into the city. It was even more magnificent than he had imagined. The streets were lined with gold statues and fountains, and the buildings were made of solid gold. As he explored the city, Jack realized that it had been abandoned for centuries. The people who had once lived here were long gone, and their wealth had been left behind for anyone who could find it. Over the course of several weeks, Jack collected as much gold as he could carry. He knew that he couldn't take it all with him, but he wanted to make sure that he left with enough to set him up for life. Finally, it was time for Jack to leave the lost city of gold. As he made his way back through the jungle, he couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at what he had just experienced. He knew that he would never forget the incredible adventure he had just been on, and he felt grateful for the opportunity to see the world in a way that few others ever would. As Jack made his way back to civilization, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being followed. He had heard stories of other adventurers who had stumbled upon the lost city, only to be ambushed by bandits or other treasure hunters who wanted to steal their spoils. Sure enough, as he made camp for the night, he heard rustling in the bushes nearby. He quickly grabbed his machete and prepared to defend himself, but he soon realized that the noise was coming from something much larger than a human. Out of the darkness emerged a magnificent jaguar, its fur shimmering in the moonlight. Jack had never seen anything like it before. He knew that jaguars were common in the region, but he had never seen one with such a striking coat. The jaguar approached him slowly, its eyes locked onto the bag of gold that Jack had brought with him from the lost city. Jack was afraid that the jaguar might attack him, but to his surprise, the animal simply sniffed at the bag and then padded off into the jungle. Jack couldn't believe what had just happened. He had always thought of jaguars as fierce predators, but this one had shown him an unexpected kindness. He realized that the jungle was full of mysteries and wonders that he had yet to discover, and he felt humbled by the experience. When Jack finally made it back to civilization, he sold his gold and used the money to start a new life. He invested in businesses, traveled the world, and even became a philanthropist, donating money to causes that he believed in. But despite all of his success, he never forgot the lost city of gold or the jaguar that had spared his life. He knew that he had been lucky to experience such a remarkable adventure, and he felt grateful for every moment of it. Years passed, and Jack grew old. But even in his old age, he never lost his sense of wonder and adventure. He often thought back to his journey to the lost city of gold, and he wondered what other mysteries and treasures lay hidden in the world. One day, as he was sitting on the porch of his home, he received an unexpected visitor. It was a young woman, dressed in hiking gear and carrying a backpack. She introduced herself as Lily and told Jack that she was a fellow adventurer who had heard about his incredible journey to the lost city of gold. Lily told Jack that she was on a mission to find a lost temple in the Himalayas, and she asked if he would be willing to share his advice and expertise. Jack was thrilled to meet someone with such a passion for adventure, and he eagerly shared his knowledge with her. Over the next few months, Jack and Lily became good friends. They shared stories of their adventures, exchanged tips and advice, and even planned a few expeditions together. Eventually, Lily found the lost temple she had been searching for, and she invited Jack to join her on the journey. Even though he was much older than her, Jack couldn't resist the call of adventure. He packed his bags and set off with Lily into the mountains. The journey was difficult and dangerous, but Jack was amazed by the beauty of the Himalayas. He and Lily encountered snow leopards, explored hidden caves, and climbed to the tops of towering peaks. At the end of their journey, they reached the lost temple. It was a magnificent structure, made entirely of marble, with intricate carvings and statues lining the walls. As they explored the temple, Jack realized that there was something different about this adventure. It wasn't just about finding treasure or discovering hidden cities. It was about the joy of discovery, the thrill of exploration, and the bond of friendship that he had formed with Lily. As they made their way back down the mountain, Jack knew that he would never forget this adventure or the lessons he had learned. He realized that the true treasure in life wasn't gold or jewels, but the experiences and memories that he had collected along the way. Inspired by his journey with Lily, Jack decided to dedicate his remaining years to helping other adventurers pursue their dreams. He set up a foundation that provided funding and resources to explorers who wanted to embark on expeditions to remote and dangerous parts of the world. Jack's foundation quickly gained a reputation for its support of groundbreaking expeditions. Over the years, it funded everything from archaeological digs in the Amazon rainforest to cave explorations in Vietnam. As he grew older, Jack couldn't go on these expeditions himself, but he loved hearing about the adventures that his foundation had helped make possible. He would often receive letters and emails from explorers who had used his funding to make groundbreaking discoveries or to push the boundaries of human exploration. One day, as Jack was reading through his mail, he came across a letter that caught his eye. It was from a group of explorers who had discovered a lost city deep in the jungles of South America. They had found a cache of gold and jewels that was worth millions of dollars, and they wanted to donate a portion of it to Jack's foundation. Jack couldn't believe his luck. The lost city of gold had been one of the greatest adventures of his life, and now he was being given the chance to help fund future adventures with the proceeds of that very same city. Over the next few years, Jack's foundation continued to fund groundbreaking expeditions all over the world. Even in his old age, Jack felt invigorated by the spirit of exploration and discovery that he had helped foster. As he looked back on his life, he felt proud of all that he had accomplished. He had faced danger, found treasure, and made lifelong friends. But most of all, he had shown that the greatest treasure of all was the spirit of adventure that lived inside each and every one of us.